I'm Allison Bird. My daughter is JC Bird, and she is 3.5. And my husband is Jonathan. We had heard about camp from a good friend of ours in a mom's group I'm a part of, and her daughter has cerebral palsy as well. And she had told us about this great camp she came to in Ontario and how amazing it had made these huge changes with her daughter. And she shared all of her information, and I looked it up, and we kind of were deciding at the time. JC was just about 3, and we were deciding, well, was it time to do that yet with her? She had very minimal movement, and we thought, well, maybe we'll wait a little bit longer and emotionally prepare for it. We decided when she was about 3.5 that we really wanted to get going. She was, or just over 3, I guess, and we thought, okay, now's the time. She's motivated to move. She's starting to pull up on things and is really pleasant and doing physio really quite often. So we thought, okay, now's the time. And when we were looking at the price tag and how far away it was, we kind of thought, oh goodness, we're from Alberta, Canada, so a few provinces over, and trying to decide price tag and adding how much it was going to be for a rental car and flights and everything, and the amount was a little bit staggering for a one-income young family. We were trying to figure out how we were going to do it, and it was overwhelming. It was hard to decide, okay, taking that much time off work or that much time away from our family and from JC and her school program and everything, and trying to come up with it. So it was about 3 or 4 months while we kind of decided how we wanted to get going, and I dragged my feet a little bit trying to figure out how we wanted to do it and how to get started, because I think that was the hardest part, was the starting off point. And we knew we wanted to do it. We knew it was going to be a lot of work, but we just didn't really know how to get going. So I joined the Facebook group and looked over a bunch of other links that people had shared about things that they had done and what had worked for them, and some of them seemed really too big for us to handle, and some were just small that I was like, oh, I wasn't sure we'd be able to make enough from things. So we had kind of decided on a family garage sale, and we contacted the local paper, which was probably the best thing that we could ever have done, because that was what really got the ball rolling and really made the extras happen. We contacted them just to put the garage sale in and asked if they would do a small write-up about JC for the community so that they would know what we were doing and why we were having this garage sale, and asking people to put a bunch of money into an account for our kid. So it ended up being a huge write-up. It took up a whole page, and it was a little thing on the front page, so everybody saw it. After that, it kind of just took off and was crazy from that one little phone call and write-up that we made. We had a garage sale where we just had odds and ends and baking from all my grandmas and a bunch of sweet young ladies, and we ended up raising almost $4,000 at our garage sale, and people just came by to donate money because they'd read about JC's story and what we were doing for her and thought it was amazing. This camp was amazing. We put the link for the camp so people knew what we were doing it for and why, and then from there, our local Walmart called us, and they did 2 barbecues for us, and that was about $1,000, and they matched it, and then Walmart Canada matched that. So from that, it was about $4,000 or $5,000 that they did as well. Good friends of ours up in Fort McMurray, Alberta, where we are originally from, decided to do another garage sale, and everything was donated. They did a barbecue as well, and Walmart and Sobeys up there donated all of the grills and all the food and everything, and my old elementary school let us use the gym to do the garage sale in there, and we made almost $13,000 just from there and in donations from that. So it kind of just took off from this one phone call. And we also got a phone call from Kids Forever Foundation in Alberta. They adopted JC for the year, and they donated $20,000 to her. So it was a surreal, humbling experience to have all these people care about your child like you do. We're so excited to come, and it was a lot of money, and it was surreal, and it was a huge experience, something that you can never say thank you enough to people who care about your kid the same way that you do. So it was a lot of work, but it was so worth it. We're here at camp right now, and we just are finishing our first 5-week program, and we've seen such strides and changes in her that we've decided to do a double session. We're doing a back-to-back session, and we're so excited to see the different changes. We came here with her army crawling on the floor, and she's almost walking full-time with a little bit of assistance at her hips up and down the aisles and the hallways, and She's sitting independently, which she was not doing at all before, and she's babbling and talking a little bit more, answering questions, and she's so social with all the people around here. She's gotten to know them like family, and it's very hard being away from your family for this long, but the reward of it is so much more important, and it's, you're here for your kid, you're here for them, and doing all of these, making these strides with them, and it's all about them. You're here for them. It's not a time for you to be upset. You just go hard and work hard at it, and it is amazing. It is amazing to see the changes, and I know when you're preparing for it, it's all overwhelming and it's far away and you kind of drag your feet, but so worth it. I'm so grateful that we did this and that we had the opportunity to do it, and our family is just grown just from this, and realizing even the things that JC's made are like more important, but I've learned lots as well. I have so many more expectations for her, things that I wasn't sure she could accomplish, and watching her here and watching everybody tell her, do it, do it, do it, has kind of made me think, okay, yep, she can do that. I can have a little bit more goals for her. I can have a little bit more step back and let her take the reins a little bit more, which is something I wasn't sure we would ever be able to do with her. And it's helped me realize that, yeah, she is a lot more capable than we thought and a lot more independent. And so that's something that's helped me, not even her in class, but me, take the step back and learn to trust her a little bit more, to do things on her own. And we have family members who've done little things for us to help, bottle drives, which aren't such a big deal, but they add up. We've had a few hundreds and almost $1,000 total just from bottle drives. We've contacted local restaurants, dropped off letters of what we were doing with the link to camps they could see, apartment complexes, anything like that, and it's added, everything just adds up. And the first $50 donation was where I was like, okay, this is it, we're on our way, this is our first starting point. So every little bit counts, and every little bit adds up to the grand picture of it all. So it is amazing. It's been a surreal experience, a humbling experience, and a huge growth, and we're really grateful that we've been able to experience it together. Thanks.